7th grade. If you are not yet done with lesson 13 in language, you should not be watching this video. Please turn it off and get lesson 13 finished. So if you are finished with lesson 13, this is the language lesson for Wednesday, April 29th. Lesson 13 is supposed to be finished today, and we're going to go over some answers. Lesson 14, the self-check, is due for Thursday. Lesson 14 is self-check is due on Thursday. Be thinking about this. Be checking out your checklist that you have for the test. Be thinking about the test. I will send a review video out for the test specifically. Lesson 14, due on Thursday, will be graded. That will go in the report card. Do it carefully. Will be graded. You only have to do the odds of lesson 14. Self-check, just do the odds like you normally do. The lesson 12 spelling, I think we graded. Check that video out. I want the lesson 12 spelling, the total amount wrong on the spelling on lesson 12, added to the amount wrong that you get on lesson 14, the self-check, and we grade it. And I'll remind you of that. All right, let's just look at some things in lesson 13. Let's look at the diagram right away. Number 27. Number 27. Now I just graded a quiz where all of you except, all of you except about 2 missed the participle. Fascinating. There was a participle fascinating on the diagram in number 26. So beware of them. Participles are maybe the easiest things to miss on a diagram. Verb forms that are adjectives. Towering skyscrapers. And remember, we've worked with gerunds. All gerunds have ing, right? Verb forms that are nouns. Okay? But participles can also have ing, and their diagram not like this, not on your gerund pedestal. So if they are ing and they're used as nouns, then they're up on the pedestal thing. If they are ing, ed, and there's a few other endings that participles have, if they're participles, adjectives, they get diagrammed like that. So towering skyscrapers is your subject. Mark, the verb, skyline, direct object. The skyline of Sydney. And then you have an appositive, city. And the adjectives are under city. Australia, city. Oldest and largest. When you have compound adjectives like that, oldest and largest, gets diagrammed like this, just on the adjective lines with the conjunction on a dotted line between them. Okay? So just check that out, see how you did on this diagram. You do not need to make corrections, but you do not need to keep track of the number wrong. Let's go just above that then and see how many adjectives we got, or if you're a pessimist, how many adjectives did you miss? In number 23, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There should be about 20 adjectives in the paragraph in number 23. Adjectives are very, very plentiful. Okay, nouns are very plentiful. People, places, things, ideas. You see a lot of them in writing. Okay, adjectives are words that describe those nouns. So there's going to be lots of adjectives too. In writing, there are many more adjectives probably than adverbs. Okay? So there are lots of adjectives. Look at the adjectives, number 23. It was 3, how many days before Christmas? And all the other. The is always an adjective. Which boys? The other ones. All is an indefinite pronoun. I was looking at that. You could almost think, well, which boys? How many boys? All the boys. All is an indefinite pronoun. Right? The others, the other adjectives. Boys in Leaf's boarding. Whose school and which school? Leaf's boarding. Adjectives. Had gone home for the holidays. Leaf was trying to forget that he would spend his Christmas. Watch those pronouns, possessive pronouns. If it says his Christmas, whose Christmas, that is an adjective and not a pronoun, used as an adjective and not a pronoun in that case. And then again you have his family. Which library? The school. Or what kind of library? The school library. The school, not library. The school is adjectives. Seemed like a good place to do that. With its plentiful shelves of interesting books. Soft, what kind of armchairs? And a big fireplace with a cheery fire. So right around 20 there, adjectives. Make sure you get all those. Lots of adjectives usually. Words that describe nouns and pronouns. Which one, what kind, how many, and whose are the questions they ask about nouns and pronouns. Answer about nouns and pronouns, all right? Let's go back to the beginning of the lesson just for the fun of it. The 1 through 8, quickly. You didn't have to do the even ones, but just check them out. See if you know what's going on here with these animal names that are used not as animals at all, right? When someone gives away a secret, we say he left the cat out of the bag. Now remember, when the boom swings around, duck your head. Sally says such funny things. I think she's as crazy as a loon. A loon is a bird that has a kind of a maniacal or crazy sounding call, I think. And so when somebody's a little woohoo, you say she's crazy. She or he is crazy as a loon. I got it straight from the horse's mouth, number 4. Don't woof your food. It's impolite, number 5. Number 6. Sent us on a wild goose chase. Number 7. Wendell would clam up. Number 8. He said, the more you badger me, the more determined I am not to sell. Number 9, adverb, extremely wet. Extremely, modifying the adjective wet. Adjective clause begins with relative pronoun. Number 11, who lived in sheep and cattle stations? The jackaroos. Who lived in sheep and cattle stations? How about the gillaroos? Ladies, would you like to call it a gillaroo? Number 19, parentheses around adjective phrases drawn out of the word that they modify. Number 19, between the ages modifies children. Of 6 and 15 modifies ages. In remote areas modifies children. By mail is saying how they do. Do is a verb, so by mail is an adverb phrase. And you're supposed to only have adjective phrases there. Number 21, now adverb phrases. When did they suffer? In the 1990s, with an adjective suffered. Why did they suffer? Because of a shift. Is because of, yes, because of is a compound, right? Compound pronoun. Yes, a compound preposition. Because of a shift. says why they suffered. Okay, that's not going to drought, it's going to why they suffered. That's an adverb phrase. All right, 7th grade. That is all I'm going to do there. Make sure you have lesson 14, the self-check, done carefully for Thursday. We will do that, we will grade that, and we will talk about what is on the test on Friday. And when you have completed the test on Friday, you are finished with language. Woohoo!